Hey, what's up everybody? It's Joel, aka The Daily Guru, and I'm back with another edition of Something Old, Something New. Today for Something Old, we're going back to one of the greatest albums you've probably never heard. It's back in 1979. It's Eddie Hazel and his amazing record, Game, Dames, and Guitar Thangs. Now, while you may not be familiar with Eddie Hazel by name, you're certainly familiar with his work. He was the guitarist for the amazing band Funkadelic, and if you've ever heard the track Maggot Brain, that's Eddie Hazel. But the reality is this, once you hear his work on Game, Dames, and Guitar Thangs, it really puts that in a pale comparison because once he's in his solo environment, he's at his best. The most amazing aspect of this record is the way that Eddie Hazel brings together everything from psychedelic to soul to funk to heavy metal, all in this amazing fusion. It's absolutely like nothing else, and it laid the groundwork for almost every band that came after. We'll get to the guitar part of Eddie Hazel in a bit, but you have to understand one of the key reasons that makes this album so great is the fact that he's surrounded on almost every single track by other members of the P-Funk family. Bootsy Collins is on there, Bernie Worrell is on there, Michael Hampton is on there. The entire P-Funk family is represented, and George Clinton even produced a number of these tracks. The fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, when you're talking about the greatest guitar players of all time, you have to mention Eddie Hazel. He's absolutely amazing. Nobody even comes close to the amount of soul he brings on every single song, and this is a collection of some of his finest work. But actually, the most rewarding part of Game, Dames, and Guitar Things comes on the re-release that they did back in the 90s because they tacked on a couple extra tracks, and these songs are absolutely mind-blowing. Again, it's the level of emotion, the sheer beauty that he creates at every single turn that makes this record so amazing. So go out right now, get yourself a copy of Eddie Hazel's Game, Dames, and Guitar Things. You'll never hear guitar music the same way again. Okay guys, for something new today, we have one of the most heavily anticipated albums of the last decade. It's the brand new record from Tom Waits, and it's called Bad As Me. It's almost impossible to believe that it's been more than 7 years since the last time Tom Waits put out an album of new material, and there's no question, after only a few seconds, you know this was well worth the wait. Every single second on this album reaffirms the idea that Tom Waits is a genius far beyond any other performer in music history. He sees music and he hears music like nobody else. This album is some of his best work to date. It's this completely gripping and captivating musical mayhem that makes the music of Tom Waits unlike anything else on the planet. And from deep, soulful pianos to rumbling horns to accordions to surf-like guitars, this album has a little bit of everything, and it comes together in a way that only Tom Waits can do. It's just these interesting combinations that make the song so unique, and yet there's a groove that runs through every single song. Half the time you're sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, how is he making this groove exist? But the fact of the matter is, he does, and it's awesome. And it's that unique swing, that sense of mystery, that almost noir feel that Tom Waits has gotten over the last decade or so. It's in top form here, and in a lot of ways, he's never sounded better. In a lot of ways, Tom Waits is all about atmosphere. There's so many great textures that he has going on here. You can almost feel the smoke in the room on some of these piano tracks, and you know that there are some tracks where it's perfect if you were sitting in some beat up old car going down a dusty highway with only the horizon ahead of you. In a lot of ways, Bad As Me covers the entire career of Tom Waits. There's almost this closing time feel to a lot of the more sentimental and deep ballads, where some of the wild sounds and crazy lyrics are as good as anything on Mule Variations or Swordfish Trombones. The reality is, whichever song you're going with, these are absolutely beautiful orchestrations. They're the best Tom Waits has ever had to offer. So on the buy it or borrow it, there's no question that Tom Waits' Bad As Me is a 100% go out right now and buy it. So that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you dug it. If you did, go ahead and click subscribe. Go ahead and leave me a comment. Go ahead and click like. Do it all. I'd appreciate it. If you want to email me, you go right ahead and you do that at thedailyguru@gmail.com. You can find my blog every single day where I'm writing about the greatest songs ever written at thedailyguru.net, and you can become a fan, or you can follow me on Twitter or Facebook /thedailyguru, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow.